This is such a me outfit. Oh, I love this. Absolutely everything that I'm wearing right now, like this, if you ever run into Michelle in the wild on like a weekend, this is very similar to something you would probably see me wearing. If I'm not in my like full goth regalia, if I'm like more like casual, just kind of like punk rock, this whole outfit is 1000% something that I would be wearing. I own basically like versions of everything I'm wearing. I don't own these exact Judy shorts, but I own similar ones. This ampersand t-shirt. I don't own the plain white one, but I do have 2 or 3 of the boyfriend tees from Ampersand. I have like a Halloween one. I have the like kind of rosy mauve-y pink and black checkerboard one. And then actually this specific mesh top from Shirley, I do own this specific mesh top actually. So this is absolutely 100% an outfit that like I would actually wear in the real world. All I need to do is style it with like, these are not LLB shoes. These are just the shoes that I happen to be wearing today when I came in here. But like, these are some of my favorite shoes. They're very dusty. I need to clean them, but these are my little spiky loafers that I love to pair with things. Like, again, 10 out of 10. This is 1000% a Michelle outfit that I would style for myself. I have styled very similar outfits for myself very recently. There's actually like very similar t-shirt, not a boyfriend tee, but one of the, I forget what they were. We had the 5 different colors of the washed cotton tees from Zenana. There was like the black, the orange, the pink. I have the orange and the black one. I wore the black one with a different of the mesh long sleeves and shorts, and that's literally what I wore out on the weekend. So just thought a little fun tangent. Good morning, Reen. Hello. Good morning, everybody. Okay, I think it's been a couple minutes. I might as well just hop right in and get started. So good morning, everyone. My name is Michelle. I am the plus size, well, one of the 2 plus size models here at Lavender and Lace Boutique. I am on the upper end of the plus size scale. I'm usually a 2X, 3X, more often a 3X, occasionally a 2X model here at Lavender and Lace Boutique. So for size reference, I am typically a 3X top and bottom. Like I said, occasionally a 2X, but more often than not, I am a 3X. I wear an 18W in Judy blues and a 2X or a 3X in Judy blue shorts and bottoms. And for height reference, I am 6'1", so I am a very tall lady. So I do talk about like height and things like that as it relates to garments, sleeve length, inseams when I have them, that kind of thing. So I go live every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Mountain Daylight Time, and I talk about all of the plus size pieces that are dropping for the week. So that is what I'm here to do today. But to start things off, I'm going to do just a little bit because for those that don't know, although I'm sure a lot of you do, we have our big summer blowout sale happening right now. So yesterday was the end of like the major markdowns, but we do still have a blanket 25% off, and that includes everything in store, including books. We have a blanket 25% off. So if you are looking for books, that is an amazing price. Even if you have like an Indigo card or something, there's no way you're ever getting like a 25% off sale. Like that is insane. So if you are local, definitely come check us out. I believe the storefront is closed today because we have to restock because you guys were very, very busy with us over the weekend, which we love and appreciate. So we are kind of restocking. Hello, Katie. Thank you. Good morning. Hi. So that's a little bit busy, but we do have a blanket 25% off. And then online, we have now switched to a blanket 25% off. There are some exclusions, so anything that's labeled as new or restock will not be included, but everything else online is going to be a blanket 25% off.
We just changed it in store. It's the whole store.
Okay, so in store is the whole store.
25% off.
Whole store, 25% off. Apparently we just changed that, so good to know. And then online is the 25% off with exclusions. Those pieces that are new or restock will still be 10% off. No code needed for the online sales. The discounts will apply automatically. So if it might not show when you're like scrolling through and adding stuff to your cart, but then as soon as you go to your cart, it should show what the discount is. So if you're like, hey, what is this? You can always like go to like view my cart or whatever, and then if you go check out and then not actually check out, it should show you like what all the discounts are, if it doesn't show like on the piece itself. So super amazing sales still. So before we dove into the weekly launches, because those will be new pieces, so they will not count for the 25%, they will still be 10% off for the rest of the week. But for the new pieces, I figured before we get into that, let's just check out some of the stuff that is in stock that will be part of the full everything sale, because why not? And then we also have, you can see the mesh sleeve that I've layered under this t-shirt here. We do have 2 of those that are going to be launching today as a bonus launch at 1 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, so I want to show those off as well. But let's start with, I just have a few little pieces that I've sampled from the sale, some of my favorite pieces that we can show off. Like I said, this is an outfit that I would actually wear. So we'll start with and some of these pieces I do want to note, we only have like a handful of sizes left. So if you're like me in a 3X and you like anything like this, or a 2X, you want to scope it now, because there's a very good chance that I am wearing the last one. So just take advantage. Okay, that's what it was. I knew that it was closed. Sometimes when I like scroll through my Facebook feed, if it says like 12 hours ago, but it's 8 a.m., my brain doesn't register that it's like, well, that's because it was yesterday, if it doesn't say like 1 day ago. So that makes sense. Thank you, Reen, for clarifying the person who actually, works here, but I appreciate it. So like I said, some of these pieces like might not have much stock left, just because you guys have been absolutely crazy for the sale. Again, thank you for blowing it up. That is the whole point. We want to be able to give you guys some really cute stuff at some awesome prices, and we know that you guys want to be able to buy stuff at amazing prices. So like, great, it's a win-win for everybody. So anyways, this is the ampersand boyfriend tee in white. With the sale price for this one, it's going to be retailing for $42.75. It's regularly $57, so that is a pretty good chunk of savings. This one is available in sizes extra small through 3X, but I'm just going to check to see what we have left in stock. We have 1 small available. Sorry, I have to click on every individual size in this page. I can't just like see what we have on a route. We have 1 small, 1 2X, and then 2 3X. So we have this one and another 3X, we have a 2X, and then we have a small, and that's it. So not a lot of sizes left for this one. This is again, the ampersand boyfriend tee in white. These are a very oversized fit. I can wear the 2X or the 3X. I prefer the 3X because I love to go for that super slouchy, oversized, like grungy effect. As I was describing, this is kind of like one of my more casual, like punk rock looks. I do own multiples of this t-shirt in other colors and patterns. I love them. Again, they have this like a very giant oversized fit with a bit of a drop shoulder. They don't have a finished seam on the edge of the hem, so you do get this kind of rolled effect, and it does get more dramatic as you wash and wear it. Again, I own multiple of these my own, so I know that from experience. The same is true for the bottom hem. It's got the flat stitching at the bottom, but it doesn't have the surged edge, and so it's actually split, so you get this cool kind of roll on each side, and as you wash and wear it, it won't keep rolling up because there is a stitch here to stop it, but it will kind of keep rolling up and getting shorter. And then my favorite part of the boyfriend tee is this big like stitch. You can see the patch where where the tag is in the back because all the stitching is through, and then we have that really rough seam down the back, and it also has those kind of edges with the unfinished edge, so they'll kind of like roll and stuff as you wear the shirt. It's just very fun, very like comfy lounge vibes. I mean, it is a boyfriend tee, and it definitely gives a vibe of like being that super sized t-shirt that you stole from your boyfriend, which I think I make this joke every time I've like worn something that's like an oversized boyfriend fit, of that because I'm 6'1" and a size 3X, I've never had a boyfriend be bigger than me in a way that I could steal his clothes and get a big baggy fit. So this is my way of like pretending, because my husband right now is like less than an inch taller than me, and he is skinnier than me. So sometimes we can share clothes, but it's like, it actually fits. It's not like the oversized fit. So this is how I get my pretending done. So again, this is the ampersand boyfriend tee in white. This one on the sale price is $42.75. And again, we have 1 small, 1 2X, and 2 3Xs left. So not a lot of sizes left. Again, if you are one of those sizes and you want it, go now, because we do have limited stock. Everything that I'm trying that's on sale, we do have like limited sizes left in for the sale. So that's gonna be my advice for all of them. Okay, I'm going to take off the t-shirt just so I can show off the shorts underneath a little bit better, even though this is, like I said, a bajillion times. This outfit feels like home to me. Like I could walk out of here wearing this and wouldn't bat an eye, because it's basically an outfit that I have worn many times in my like actual real life. That being said, I am not allowed to wear shorts to work, so I think I might get some heads turned if I were to wear ripped up denim shorts into the office, because I do have to go back to work after this. So the mesh top that I have underneath for Shirley, we'll do that afterwards because those are launching today at 1 p.m. I'm just gonna kind of fold this one up a little bit and we'll talk about the shorts that I'm wearing. These are from Judy Blue, of course. These are the Eli's. They are a high-rise overstitch destroyed short. So I'm not sure what the overstitch is. I'm wondering if it's in the back. I'm not sure where that descriptor. Oh, it's because they've stitched over the rips. That makes sense. Okay, I was like, what's overstitch? Which is kind of nice because if you like that ripped up vibe, but you don't like when it gets super shredded and like piecey and then you get like the little strings falling down, this is a nice way to still get that vibe, but because it's actually stitched over, it's not going to distress further as much and as quickly, so you're going to get more longevity out of them, and they're going to kind of stay intact. They're not going to get further destroyed as you wear them, and you don't have to worry about them starting to look like even like more messier and more distressed, if that makes sense. So these are the Eli's, the high-rise stitch over destroyed shorts. These ones for the sale price are going to be retailing for $55.50. They are originally at $74. So we've got like a $20 discount pretty much on those ones, which is fantastic. I'm wearing the 3X currently. I am between a 2X and 3X for Judy shorts. It kind of depends on the cut and the fit. More often than not, I wear a 2X. This is the 3X just because I think that's what we actually have available right now. And I will say that these ones, I could probably go either or. You can see that in the 3X, I do still have quite a bit of room in the waist, and I do have a little bit of extra fabric in the thigh. This area here is what usually is the deciding factor for me sizing down to a 2X, but if the 2X is still too tight in the waist, then I'll stick with the 3X. I would say with these ones, I'm pretty comfortable either way. I would probably slightly prefer my 2X, but the 3X does work as well for these ones because they're not like a super tight skinny fit. They're more not like a boyfriend fit, but we can see they're not like super tight in the thighs. I think that's what helps to make them work, where I can wear either the 2X or the 3X. So 4 sizes available. We have a small, we have the medium available, we have large available. Okay, we're doing pretty good for sizes for this one actually. 0 extra large, there's our first one we don't have. We have 1 in, so we have good quantities for small, medium, large. Extra large is out of stock. We have 1 left for the 1X. We have 2 2Xs left. And then for the 3X, this is the last pair. So if you are a 3X, I'm wearing the pair that you're going to want to buy. So again, small, medium, large still has good stock. And then we only have 1 to 2 left for 1X, 2X, and 3X, and no extra larges left for these ones. So again, these are the Eli's, or the high-rise stitch over destroyed short. I doubt they're over here. I'm trying to figure out a better way so I can like, other than just holding it up, because it's really hard to see like the stitch over effect that they have going on here. But maybe what I'll do is when I change it to something else, I'll bring them over to the camera again so that we can actually like show off the destroyed effect, because it's really hard to see and it's really cool. And there's actually kind of like a patch of another, it's hard, oh, you can't even see from down there, but it's almost like there's a patch of another denim underneath to also kind of help stabilize it, which I think is a really cool effect as well. So I'm a big fan of these jeans, especially again, if you're someone who likes the destroyed vibe jean, but you don't want them to keep getting more and more and more destroyed. For me, I have this one pair of sharp hem, like the shark bite hem skinny jeans from Judy's, and they have the very destroyed bottoms, and every time in the morning when I go to put them on and I go to put my foot through, I always stab my toe through the like the distress part at the bottom every time. And so I've got a bunch of the little like things that started to fray off because I've like pushed through them with my toe, or sometimes I just end up like cutting circulation off to my toes. It's a whole thing for sure. Okay, again, the Eli's here, oops, where were we? These are going to be $55.50 with the sale price regularly $74, so you're getting basically like $20 off, which is great. Okay, so now we'll get to the Shirley, the mesh top that I'm wearing. We have this color launching, and we also have this color. So these are a new product, so again, they won't be part of the 25% off, but they will be 10% off online. In store, I think we're getting some in store as well. They would be the full 25% off because everything in the store is going to be 25% off. So this is the Shirley Maggie mesh top. We have the black leopard that I am wearing. And then this is the black floral over here. These are the two patterns that we will have launching today at 1 p.m. They're going to be retailing for $42. That is the regular price. They're available in sizes small through 3X. I'm currently wearing a 3X for these. I can wear a 2X or a 3X in these, kind of depending on what my intended fit is. So this one that I'm wearing now, the black leopard, I actually have this one I've purchased. I'm going to double check this is a 3X that I'm wearing. I'm not sure off the top of my head. Yeah, so this one is the 3X. And so if I'm planning on wearing it under like very loose fitting things, or if I want to wear them on their own, I prefer the 3X, which is what both of these are. But if I'm planning on layering them strictly under t-shirts and I don't want them to have quite as much like room and flow in the sleeve, like I want the sleeves to be a little bit more form fitted because I'm going to be layering them under a t-shirt, I will size down to a 2X. So for the ones that I did buy for myself personally, which includes this black leopard one, I did order this for myself in a 2X. In the 2X, it is a little bit shorter in the torso for me, but it is not like super short and it doesn't ride up or anything like that. The sleeves are still a decent length. They're not quite as long. These do have the thummy holes, which is amazing. And I do find that they are very comfortable on the 3X. When I am wearing the 2X, especially layered underneath another t-shirt, I do find that they're a little bit on the short end for me, where like if I'm wearing them, like this will get stretched really badly and it's kind of like pulling on my thumb. So when I wear the 2X, I don't like using the thumb holes, but when I wear the 3X, I can definitely use the thumb holes. And then, like I said, the biggest difference for me why I size down to the 2X when I'm planning on layering it is just because I want the sleeves to be a little bit less loose. I want the sleeves a little bit tighter if I'm planning on layering them underneath t-shirts and things, which is what I bought the ones that I did buy for. So I am, again, either the 2X or the 3X. Even in the 3X, it's not like it's super loose and baggy. It is just a really nice, like, classic kind of fitting top. It's just, again, I wanted a little bit less fabric in the sleeves, and the 2X is just as comfortable. I just lose maybe like 1.5 inches of length in the torso when I am wearing it, so I really like both. I'll turn around to the back. You can see it is the full mesh all the way around. I also wore, because there was a pre-order for a bunch of these and there was some different patterns. I ordered one that was the white and black like checker mark material, and I wore a little white cami under it, and I wore that to work the other day, and it was super cute. So you also, these don't just have to be layered under things, you can also layer like camis and stuff underneath of them and wear them on top, and they're still super, super cute. You also don't have to, especially if you're like going out for like a night out or something, you can put on like a super pretty bra and like wear it and have it be meshy like that, and that is totally an option too. It just kind of depends on the context and where you're planning on wearing them. So again, here they are. These are the Shirley Maggie mesh tops. We have black leopard, which I'm wearing, and then black floral, which I'll get up close so that we can see the really pretty floral. It's black, but there's also like, right in the flowers, you can see there's almost like a hint of blue as well. Really pretty. So these are both going to be retailing for, I think I said $42. Let me double check. Yes, $42 for these ones. These are new, so again, they're not part of the 25% off blanket, but they will still be at 10% off. Sizes small through 3X. I can wear the 2X or the 3X depending on how I'm planning on wearing them. This is the 3X that I'm wearing currently. Okay, cool. I still have a couple of fun pieces that I wanted to show off, and actually one of them is the Sienna wash short sleeve top, which is not the same t-shirt. Actually, maybe it is. The Sienna, yes it is, because I got this one in the black and the orange. At least I think it was the Sienna's. If not, it's very similar to this. And literally, this is what I was wearing this weekend, was the black Sienna tee with the white and black checkered one with shorts. So once again, this is absolutely an outfit that I would wear. I love the way that these distressed t-shirts look with the mesh layered underneath. Super trendy, very like 90s punk rock vibes for sure. So this is the Sienna wash short sleeve tee in light olive. This one again is part of the sale. This one is going to be $29.25. The regular price was $39, so that's like 10 bucks off, which is fantastic. That's like 25-ish% off. I guess it would be, yeah, 25% off. So this one, I'll check the availabilities for sizing. No smalls, no mediums, no larges. Sorry, I have to check them all one by one. No extra larges. So this might be Am I wearing the last one? It's very possible. No 1X. No 2X. So yeah, I'm literally wearing like the last one. Is it one left for 3X? One available. So this is like the only one. So again, like I said, I just kind of like picked some stuff that is like definitely my vibe and stuff that I'm surprised is still here. And so this one is literally the last one. So if you like the vibe, and especially with how it pairs with the new mesh tops that are dropping, and if you pre-order the mesh tops and we're like, what do I wear this with? Highly suggest. This is super cute. Again, this is the Sienna washed short sleeve tee in light olive, $29.25 with the discount for this one. I have a skirt and I have a dress left that I want to show off. So let me just kind of quickly do those and then we can proceed with our regularly scheduled programming. Actually, because it's one of the long smocked waist skirts, I was mentioning like if you wanted to like for a night out, like wear the mesh tops with like a pretty bra, I feel like styling it with a high-waisted skirt would be a really cute way to do that. So I am going to do that and kind of show how that would look as an outfit. Oh yeah, that is super cute. Honestly, yeah, I would definitely go with like a bold bra styled with this, with like the top, like the high-waisted skirt like that with the sheer mesh top. That would be like super, super pretty. Very like attention grabbing. So this is the Eliana smocked side slit maxi skirt in black. Very similar to the Addy skirts that we used to have. I'm not sure if this is just the new name, like if it's a new style name, but very, very similar to the Addies, if not the same. I think maybe the swoopy on the detail might, or on the side might be a little bit different. So this one is going to be on sale for $31.50. It was regularly $42, so again, that's over $10 off regular price. It was available in sizes small through 3X. We'll see what's left. No smalls. No mediums. We do have 3 larges available, no extra large, no 1X, no 2X, and 1 3X. So we do have size large and this 3X left available for this one. These are the comfiest skirts ever and they have pockets. They're not the deepest pockets. They're not trustworthy enough to have your wallet, but they are still a nice pocket nonetheless. The smocked waist, which is still super stretchy and fun. I'm in my usual 3X for this one. I probably could size down to a 2X if I wanted. It's just that the smocking wouldn't come together quite as tight. And then with the 3X, it doesn't feel like it's loose by any means. So I could probably wear either, but I am very happy with the 3X. I do like with the smocked waist coming together as much that I get a lot of this kind of like crinkly texture, which I would lose a little bit if I sized down to the 2X. So I would say that the 3X is still my true size in this one. So again, with the sale price, this one's going to be retailing for $31.50, regular price $42. And we do have it available in size large and 1 3X left available for this one. So again, this is the Eliana smocked side slit maxi skirt in black. Okay, one more little sale piece I want to show off, which is the dress that I picked because it's absolutely adorable. This is the one that I'm honestly fighting very hard not to buy for myself because I'm trying to save money for my honeymoon this fall. Honeymoon, it'll be more than 4 years after the wedding, but that's okay. It's still happening eventually. It took a while, but we're there. So I'm trying very hard to save money, but this dress is very, very tempting. And then of course my brain's like, well, you could wear it on the trip and then it is a honeymoon expense. And it's like, oh, yes, but no. So you guys will see in a second here when I put it on which one I'm talking about. This was one of my favorite haptics dresses from the summer. There we go. Yes. I love this dress because it's a very similar silhouette. There was a Haptics bodysuit that came out that had the shorts, but they were this kind of like, they had these pleats in them and they were very flowy. And that one unfortunately did not work for me because of the way that the back was cut, with how it's got like the keyhole back opening. It didn't have enough room for me to be able to like fit my torso and pull my shoulders, so I couldn't actually like get into the garment. And I was very disappointed because the silhouette was so cute. So I loved that this is the dress version, meaning that there was no issue with me being able to just pull it over my head, which you can't really do with a jumpsuit. So I absolutely adore this one. Hi, Caroline. Good morning. Hello. I guess almost afternoon for you. I guess, no, it would be afternoon for you. It'd be 12:30, isn't it? Morning for me still, but hi, Caroline. So this one is the, where did it go? The Celine bubble sleeve floral dress in navy. Even it's like really navy, but it's because we use the background color, which is definitely navy, even though this is a very bright, fun, like pop of color kind of dress. So this one is retailing for $48 with a discount, regularly $64. This one was available in small through 3X, but let's see what sizes are actually left. We still have a good amount of smalls, a good amount of mediums, a good amount of larges. We have no 1Xs. We have one 2X left, and we have one 3X left. So small, medium, large, we still have quite a good amount of inventory. So if you are looking to pick it up at that awesome price, you are still safe there. Good morning, Linda. Hello. Thank you for joining me. But for plus sizes, 1X, you're out of luck. 2X and 3X, there is one left. So you will have to act pretty quickly if you want to grab this one. Like I said, this one's stunning because it has this really fun, like these extra little pleats in the skirt to give it some volume and some texture, which I really enjoy. It has these like slouchy t-shirt sleeves. They have the elastic on the inside that gives them that kind of like bubbly effect, but it's not like a super dramatic bubble by any means. It's kind of, it's almost like a bell sleeve. It's, or like more than a flutter sleeve, but less than like a full like bubble sleeve, if that makes sense. And then like I mentioned earlier, it does have the keyhole in the back to make it a little bit easier to pull on. I did just still pull this one over my head instead of stepping into it, just because I didn't want to risk pulling it over my hips, and it was no problem. Again, that was the issue for the cut that was like this, but was a bodysuit, and why that didn't work for me is because there was not enough room for me to like step into it and also like fold my shoulders in because the keyhole didn't go back down far enough. But with a dress, that is absolutely not a problem. So again, this is the Celine bubble sleeve floral dress in navy. This one's $48. Again, we still have a good amount of small, medium, large left. And then for plus size, we have one 2X and one 3X left. $48 for the sale price as opposed to the regular $64. This is from the brand Haptics. So this one is, again, one of the other pieces I picked out to show off part of the sale. Okay, so with that, that is everything that I kind of handpicked for my my little like, hey, let's show off some sale stuff, and then also showed off the new Shirley mesh tops that are going to be launching at 1 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time today. So with that, then we can move on to the daily drop for today, which is the 19th. Perfect. Okay, so we do have some, I don't have it here to show off, but we do have some new Hilberg that is going to be dropping. It's just black, which I love because there hasn't been a lot of like true black Hilberg stuff. There's the hematite, and I think they've had a couple of other things, but just like straight up black, gorgeous. But let's see what else I have on my rack. Don't think I have a ton for today. We've already talked about the, so I have a top. And that might be the only piece for today. And then so I'm going to bump over to the 20th. Because I have jeans, I just want to know what day they're going to be so I know when to talk about them. Interesting. Which jeans are these? These might have launched, I wonder if these launched yesterday. These are the Baxters. No, that would be the Declans that launched yesterday. Do I have those? I do. Okay, perfect. I have jeans that launched yesterday that were available in different lengths, so I'm really excited about that. So I definitely want to talk about those. I've got that. Sorry, I'm just getting my rack in order over here. Okay, perfect. I've got my next outfit sorted out, so I will be there in 2 shakes, you guys. Just gonna do a quick change-a-roo. I'm very excited about the Declan jeans that launched yesterday because they are available in 3 different lengths. And these ones were not kidding when they said long. They are very long. They definitely pass the tall girl seal of approval. Okay, perfect. So we'll start with the piece that is, or we'll start with the jeans because these are already launched. These went live yesterday and I would love to show them out. So these are the Declans. I'm going to tuck the front of the top in so we can see they are a really nice high rise and they're tummy control. They've definitely got that smoothing effect and they are a really nice soft denim. I don't know how to explain it, but they're just really, really nice. The black hoops from Hilberg are absolutely gorgeous. I think, because I do have a pair of black sparkle ball earrings that I got for my wedding, the smallest size, and I think they're silver backed. And the thing about these black pieces is that they have the gold backing, which is gorgeous. I am a silver jewelry person myself because I am cool toned, but I love the way that black and gold look together, and I know a lot of other people do as well. So I'm really glad that they're offering them black in that black, or black with the gold metal instead of the silver, because it looks phenomenal. You're totally right, Linda. Those hoops are incredible. Okay, so again, these are the Declans. They are available in 3 different lengths as a boot cut. We have them in short, regular, and long. I am, of course, wearing the long. I don't think that surprises anyone, but I'm really excited because as a boot cut, these ones are actually like long enough for me, pretty much. You can see they're about 1 inch off the floor. I'm gonna say these are probably a 33-inch inseam because I am about a 34 to a 35, and the fact that these are like almost on the floor is incredible. Bootleg jeans are really hard as a tall girl because bootleg to me is like the one jean where like if they're not the right length, it's the most obvious. Like sometimes with wide leg jeans you can kind of get away with it. With straight cuts or like boyfriend cuts, you can roll them up at the end. Skinny jeans, if they look like ankle jeans, that's like a thing. But with boot cut, there's not really a lot you can do with them other than just the way they are. So having one that's long enough is absolutely fantastic for me, and I'm really excited. Thank you, Linda. Yeah, like these jeans, like they look like they were like made for my specific body. They're fantastic. So again, these are the high-rise tummy control embroidered boot cut longs. Again, they come in short, regular, and long. I'm of course in the longs. They're the Declans. They're retailing for $99 and they are available in sizes 0 through 15 and then 14W through 24W for at least the longs. I'm pretty sure they're all available in all of those sizes, which is fantastic. Again, because we're offering them in so many sizes and lengths, they are a very like classic wardrobe staple kind of jean. We do have the darker wash denim. These are definitely the kind of jean that you can dress up to be kind of like corporate casual. You can definitely wear this with a nice pair of boots or heels and a dressier shirt. Like even this shirt is a little bit more on the, because it's that kind of blousy material, it kind of gives that vibe. Like you could very much style this with a blazer and a pair of heels or flats and wear this like to work. There's a little bit of whiskering on the pockets, not a ton, just a little bit of fading on the thighs. And then if I turn around, we can see that there is a bit of the embroidery on the back pocket. It is done in a very dark thread, so it's not super standout. It's a little bit Western style, but it's not overtly. So again, it's just a little bit of pop, but not so much that it's making them Two standout-ish that could still definitely fit in a more professional wardrobe. You could still definitely dress these up as a really nice, like, classic jean. So again, these are the high-rise tummy control embroidered boot cuts, aka the Declans, available in 3 lengths, short, regular, and long. I'm of course in the long, and they are retailing for not $19, that would be incredible, $99, there we go. And oh, and I'm in my typical 18W. These are tummy controls, but I still find that I wear my 18W in the tummy controls. These are like a very comfortable tummy control too. Like I feel like they're just smooth, and I feel like held in and hugged really nicely, but I still have enough room in the waistband for sure, so it's not like I'm being squeezed to death. It's just kind of like nice compression to smooth it all out. It's very comfortable. I'm definitely a huge fan. So again, those are the Declans, and they launched yesterday, so they are already available online. And next we'll get to the top that I'm wearing that I currently have tucked in. I will untuck it. This is the Cleo short sleeve top in brown. This one is this Hamish or Zanana? I think it's Hamish, but it might be Zanana. This one's from Zanana. This one's retailing for $36, and it's available in sizes small through 3X, including both an extra large and a 1X. I did size down to a 2X in this one. I did find that the 3X was just a little bit too wide and flowy and oversized, and because I do like that this one fits a little bit more like a blouse, I liked the relaxed fit, but I didn't want it to be quite so oversized. Just with the material and stuff, I thought it looked a little bit better when it was just like a gentle flow rather than being like quite breezy and oversized. So for the sizing for this one, I believe, yeah, so I'm not the only one. Carrie also sized down as well. So Christine and Carrie both wear the small. Melissa wears the extra large as opposed to the 1X, and I am in the 2X. So we do suggest sizing down if you don't want it to be quite so oversized, or if you want it to have less of that relaxed fit, because we did all size down where we could here for this one. It is full polyester. It's again that kind of like blousey material where it's got that kind of like a pre-crinkled look. It's got this little V-neck like faux collar almost, and then it's just kind of flat stitched around. And then it has the drop sleeve with the big, it's got a cuffed effect. There's not actually like a cuff, like this is all just like fully sewn down. It's not like a rolled up, but it still has that kind of cuffed effect. And then it does have that scalloping on the side, and as we can see, it is definitely longer in the back than the front. Gives good booty coverage, not tunic length on me, but if you're very petite, it might almost be there, but on me, definitely not gonna happen. So again, this is the Cleo short sleeve top in brown. This one's retailing for $36, sizes small through 3X. We do recommend sizing down unless you want it to have it is quite oversized, so we do recommend sizing down if you don't want it to be quite such a relaxed, oversized look, which I did do. I did size down to the 2X for this top. And that is all that I have for today's daily drops. So I'm gonna swing on over to Wednesday, the 20th, which I have, there is a Callista striped sweater in ivory. I don't have it on my rack, but I did try the Callista striped sweaters because they're available in, is it small, medium, and large, extra large, I think? Yeah, small, medium, and large, extra large, and I can absolutely wear the large, extra large. They are a little bit cropped on me, but that's a look that I actually really like. But I can wear the Callista striped oversized sweaters in large, extra large if that's something that you are interested in. And then, ooh, we've got a pair of Dex pants, and I have a leopard print boyfriend jacket. I feel like the jacket is gonna work better with what I'm wearing right now. So I'm actually gonna pop it on quick before we change. Because I feel like it goes really well with this brown top. Oh, absolutely. Okay, so this is for Wednesday again. So I have the Judy Blue leopard print boyfriend jacket, aka Jax. This one's retailing for $125, and it's available in sizes small through 3X with a 1X large, as sometimes Judy Blue does both an extra large and a 1X for jackets, sometimes they don't. In this case, it is just the large and then the 1X. I am wearing the 3X, but for Judy Blue jackets, I can wear a 2X or a 3X. I own both personally. Again, kind of like with the mesh tops, it depends on how I'm planning on wearing them and layering them. If I'm planning on layering them with heavier things like sweatshirts or sweaters, I will go with the 3X. Whereas if I'm just planning on wearing it, like if it's something that I'm very much seeing as like a summer thing where I'm probably going to be wearing it over tank tops or lighter t-shirts, I will go with the 2X just to have a little bit like closer to the frame. I do find that the 3X is a little bit like boxier in the shoulders and the cut, but I do like that when I am layering it with something like a hoodie, because I want that room to still have, you know, enough room in the shoulders and whatnot when I'm layering it over something bulkier. So again, I can wear the 2X or the 3X just depending on how I plan on layering it. This is the 3X on me. As we can see, it is a little bit on the boxier side, but again, if I was planning to layer it over a hoodie or something like that, I would definitely have room that way. If I'm not planning to layer it with a hoodie or a sweater, the 2X is what I would opt for. For this one, everyone is wearing their true size as well. Christine is in the small, Carrie's in the medium, and Melissa is in the 1X for this one. We'll get up close. We had a pair of Judy Blue jeans in leopard print that launched probably like 2 months ago at this point. I think this is the same leopard print. Absolutely gorgeous. I do love that it's less like yellow tone and it's more of like a muted brown tone, if that makes sense. And I also really love the buttons that they chose, that they're this kind of like gunmetal color, but they've almost got like a copperish brashes kind of like weathering to them just ever so slightly. Really, really pretty choices. We do have the double pockets here. There is pockets on the sides as well. They're not huge, but there is still side pockets, which is really nice. We do have the feature on the side, if I can get the tag out of the way here, we do have the 2-button option. So if you did exactly like say for me with the 3X, if I wanted to button it up and have it be a little bit tighter around the waist, I can adjust these side buttons to make it tighter around the waist, but then I'm still going to get almost like a bomber jacket effect because it'll be a little bit wider up at the top and then really nipped in at the waist. And then just showing off the back, it is cut very much like a standard Judy Blue denim jacket for this one. So again, this is the leopard print boyfriend jacket, aka the Jax. This one's retailing for $125, sizes small through 3X. I can wear the 2X or the 3X depending on if I want to layer smaller things or bulkier things underneath. I will go with my 3X if I'm layering things like hoodies and sweaters. I'll go with the 2X if I'm just planning to layer t-shirts and tank tops and dresses and such. Okay, perfect. For Wednesday, I have another pair of pants that are decks, some really comfy wide leg pants, and then I also have some other stuff for further in the week, so I'll switch into those and then I'll pull tops from later in the week and we'll just do a whole new outfit. And I'll come right back. The Declan jeans have that new jeans smell, if you know what I'm talking about. I think it must be the smell of that, like the dyes that they use for dyeing denim. Like I don't know if it's actually indigo or not, but I feel like that must be what it is, because not every pair of jeans, but I feel like it's usually like dark wash, like a dark wash jean typically has it more noticeably, but yes, not every pair of jeans does, and some of them are worse than others, but those ones definitely have like that like new jeans smell, like they just came out of the package for sure. It's almost like new car smell, new jeans smell. Okay, I've got those decks on, and let's see for Thursday, what do I have for tops? Okay, that's where I have the ribbed pullover and the Janie V-neck. Perfect. I have both the tops that I'll be wearing for Thursday right here. Let's start with the Janie V-neck because this one is right here. Okay, there we go. Okay, I'll jump back to Wednesday first. Oops. And we'll talk about the jeans. And then the 2 tops that I have left are both for Thursday, so we can talk about those second. So First, we'll do these Dex pants. These are the All Set Wide Leg Denim Pant in washed blue. These ones are slightly different for sizes. The plus sizes are a slightly different wash. So it says, please note sizes X through 2X are a light blue wash and not acid wash like the extra small to extra large. So it's the same cut, but a slightly different like fabric wash, if that makes sense. So I am wearing the 2X for these ones. So again, they're available in the full Dex size range with slight variations. I'm gonna see if I can grab a pair of the straight size ones to compare. Yes, I have, this is them, right? Yes. So I'm stealing this off Melissa's rack. So this is what the extra small to extra large look like, where they do have this funky kind of like acid wash effect. Holding it up, you can definitely see it is the same cut for sure, but different fabric. So these ones are more obviously like an acid wash. And then there is a little bit of that like washed effect on the plus size ones, but it's not nearly as dramatic as it is with the straight size ones, which I won't lie, I'm a little disappointed about. I definitely like the more heavily acid washed look ones. It must have just been like a different denim used between the two different ones, or maybe they're manufactured in different batches and so the dye process just didn't work the same, I'm not sure. But just something to note that they are a little bit different between the plus size and the straight size. So I'm wearing my usual 2X for these ones. They are very roomy. I wouldn't size down to a 1X. I probably could if I really wanted to. Excuse me. Just because of how stretchy the waist is, but because I have the drawstring here, it is adjustable. We can see like I can really stretch out the waist, but I think if I were to size down to a 1X, I think that it would kind of sit, because this is such a light, non-structured denim kind of material, I think it would just hug a little bit too close to my stomach if I were to size down, whereas I like the way that it's just kind of like the loose, wide, kind of like sweatpant vibe, even though it's jeans. So because of that, I would definitely stay with my true 2X for Dex. I wouldn't size down, even though like I could theoretically do it in the waist. I think that's a big part of like why we have the waist tie here too, is to kind of help with that, again, to give it that kind of slouchy fit. So for the sizing for these ones, it seems like the straight size, maybe again this might be because of a different denim, a different material used, they tend to fit a little bit on the smaller side. So Christine typically wears a small, she wears a small or the medium. Carrie typically wears a medium and she sized up to the large, whereas Melissa and myself are wearing our typical sizes in the plus sizes. So Melissa is wearing the X, which is the plus size. So again, it goes extra large, X, 1X. And she's wearing the X, which is the smallest of the plus size cut. And then I'm wearing my typical 2X for these ones. So they are a cotton lyocell blend. I don't know if I know what lyocell is. Sounds fancy. So we've got the big square pockets in the front, and then in the back we have squared off, but more like typical back jean pocket. It's a little higher up too, decent size. And then again, that super stretchy elastic waist that goes all the way back, and then we do have the fully functioning drawstring in here. So again, this is the All Set Wide Leg Denim Pant in washed blue. Extra small through 2X, extra small through extra large are that more acid wash look, and they are going to fit a little bit on the smaller size. We recommend sizing up if you're between sizes. The extra 2X are more of a just kind of gently washed blue, and they fit true to Dex sizing. Thank you, Caroline. That is very nice of you to say. Okay, so that is it for Wednesday. Moving on to Thursday, the 21st. We'll start with the Janie V-neck that I'm wearing currently. This is from Hamish. We are no stranger to the Janie V-neck here. She is a beloved staple at LLB for a long time. This is the shade Dusty Lavender. This one's retailing for $37. Size is small through 3X, and that is a 1X large as the median size. This one is true to size, though the Janie V-necks we find are a little bit more on the oversized fit, so you could size down for a less oversized fit if you like. So both Carrie and I do size down in this. So Christine and Carrie are both wearing the small, Melissa wears the 1X, and then I am wearing the 2X. I can also wear the 3X in the Janie V-neck. I have one here, but I find that even before I lost weight, I guess it was kind of this time last, it's been about a year I feel like since I've been losing weight. Even before then, when I was still like a true like 20, in Judy Blues, bordering 22, I found that the 3X in the Janie V-necks was almost a little bit on the more oversized for me. I still wore the 3X, but now that I've lost weight, I would definitely say that the 2X is much more in my comfort zone. I find that the 3X is just a little bit too flowy, a little bit too much fabric, whereas with the 2X, I'm still getting a lot of really great length. As we can see, there's a lot of length here. Not quite tunic length for me, but pretty darn close. The 3X is almost tunic length on me. And so for people that are shorter than me, which is, you know, like 99% of people, you could probably get away wearing this tunic length, and I still have a really nice relaxed flowy fit. Like I'm wearing these over like loose pants and I'm still getting that really nice glide. So I definitely find that the 2X is my preferred fit for the Janie V-neck. And of course we've got the V-neck style. I love this dusty lavender color. If it wasn't already known, purple is my favorite color. I mean, my wedding set is literally purple. The jewelry I wore today to go with it was purple. I'm wearing a purple skirt. That's what I wore to work today. And then just the typical like high neck tank style in the back. So again, this is the Janie V-neck tank in dusty lavender. Christine and Carrie both wear the small, Melissa's in the 1X, and then I size down to the 2X for this one. It is true to size, but it is a little bit oversized, so if you do want in your between sizes, you can definitely opt to size down and you'll be just good. Thanks, Risa, thank you. All right. With that, I think I have one more top left for Thursday. We have the Careen ribbed pullover top in plum. This one's from Michelle May. So this one, I have both the 2X and the 3X. I did prefer the 2X, so that's the one I'm gonna put on. If you guys want to see the 3X on, I can do that as well. But I do find that the brand Michelle May, specifically with their plus size, I'm not sure if the same is true for the straight sizes that Christine and Carrie are wearing, but I have found for the plus sizes that they tend to be cut very generously. And so because of that, I have been very consistently wearing the 2X in any of the options that I've had from Michelle May. So I will be continuing that. These are very cute jeans, aren't they? These are gonna be, they're part of the Wednesday daily drop. The only thing is like now that I'm like layering them, I'm like, how do I like hide the strings? Because normally I would like tuck something in, but when I'm trying to show off a top, I don't want to tuck it in because you need to see, you know, how it fits everywhere. There we go. Okay, so again, this is the 2X that I'm wearing for this top, and we can see that with the 2X, it's got the fitted waistband, and then it's still very long and flowy and relaxed fitting everywhere else. Sleeves are super long. They pass the long girl, or the long arm, tall girl check for sure. So this is the Careen ribbed pullover top in the shade Plum. This one's retailing for $67, and like I mentioned earlier, this is from the brand Michelle May. This one's available in sizes small through 3X, and that includes both an extra large and a 1X. So a really good size range available, and I am wearing the 2X for this one. And based off the sizing here, I think it's just the plus sizes that are oversized. It seems like the straight sizes fit true to size, because Christine is in the small, Carrie's in her usual medium. Melissa opts for the extra large in the straight sizes as opposed to the 1X and the plus sizes, which I think makes total sense. And then again, I opt for the 2X as opposed to the 3X. You find it fits small in the non-plus sizes. Thanks, JJ. That's interesting, and that's the thing that's good to know, because I know a lot of, and like as they should, I think this is like good practice, is that a lot of brands will use, like they're not just taking the straight size and making it bigger for the plus, they're actually cutting it differently. A lot of the time that means they're giving it a little bit of extra room in the hips or in the front here, because a lot of plus size folks have stomachs. I know I certainly do. So they are cutting them a little bit differently. And so that's good to know, because yeah, I've found that the plus sizes for Michelle May definitely fit on the generous side. So that would make sense that they fit, if anything, kind of small or more true to size in the straight sizes. So that's good to know. I like to have customer feedback on that too, because again, I only ever wear the plus sizes. I haven't been able to wear anything in a size small since I was a literal child. So I've also been super tall since I was a child. I was like 5'8" in grade 3. I was taller than my teacher. So I've been super tall my whole life. But anyways, thank you for like giving me that feedback, because that's really helpful for me to know as someone who can't wear the straight sizes, to know that they do fit, if anything, on the small side and more true to size, whereas I find that the plus sizes tend to be quite generous. So this is a rayon spandex blend. It is like the softest rib material ever. It's got this like plushy, almost kind of like a softer corduroy feel. Like it's not corduroy, of course, it's not that stiff, but it is kind of giving that same kind of like look as corduroy, and it definitely has that brushed, like blankety, super soft feeling that I love. The length is really great. If I pulled it down, I can actually get this to be tunic length on me. And keep in mind, I'm very tall at 6'1", so that means for most folks, you could definitely style this tunic style. And I think that would be really cute with a pair of black leggings and a pair of tall boots, getting ready for fall. I mean, I know it's still August, but I am one of those pumpkin spice girlies at heart. I'm already being like, oh, end of September, please get here. So I'm already thinking of the fall outfits, but like this with like a little vest and some leggings and some boots, I think would be absolutely adorable. So again, this is the Careen ribbed pullover top in plum. This is from Michelle May. This one's retailing for $67, sizes small through 3X. Small through extra large is the straight sizes, and then 1X through 3X for the plus sizes. I do find the plus sizes fit generously, so I do size down. I'm wearing the 2X, but everyone in the straight sizes were their typical sizes for this one. Okay, I think that is, oh no, I do have a pair of jeans for Thursday. I've had this pair of jeans on my rack, but it's been like moving around and I didn't know when it's coming. So I do have another pair of Judy's, the Baxters. So I'm gonna go throw those ones on and be right back. Whenever I hear the name Baxter, all I can ever think of is the movie Anchorman, because his dog's name is Baxter. And I just think of when the guy like basically like punts it like a football over a bridge, and then he just loses his mind and he's in that phone booth and crying. He's like, I'm in a glass case of emotion. And so now whenever I hear the word Baxter, that's all I can think of is Ron Burgundy's dog. I heard someone say a little while ago that because I grew up as a teenager in the 2000s, and it was like the internet was there, but it wasn't big like it is now. Like memes weren't really a thing. Like I made a Facebook account when I was in like grade 11 or grade 12. Like it was there, but it wasn't the way that it is now. And so the memes that we had back in my day was just quoting like comedy movies at each other. So my sense of humor as a teenager and for like a lot of my formative years was like Adam Sandler quotes and oh no, why am I thinking, who is Ron Burgundy? What is the actor? I can see his face. But like comedy movies, like that is my sense of humor, and a lot of it has been so ingrained in my psyche that I still quote things from like Happy Gilmore and stuff. I've noticed there's a Happy Gilmore 2 came out on Netflix. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm so excited because that was one of my favorite movies growing up, and I still quote it all the time. So it's just like, I'm almost like a sleeper agent, and as soon as I hear it, it's like I'm like waking up like, oh my god, I still know all these lines from heart. Anyways, that is very off topic. Let's get, I think this is the last piece that I have today because I don't think I have anything on Friday. I'll double check again, but we'll just quickly get through this pair of jeans. So this is the Judy Blue High Rise Tummy Control Classic Straight Jeans, aka the Baxters. These ones are launching on Thursday as part of the daily drop at 8 p.m. These ones are available in sizes 1 through 15 and then 14W through 22W, and I'm wearing my typical 18W in these ones. Everyone else is also wearing their typical size, so Christine in the 3, Carrie in the 9, Melissa's in the 14. I'm in my usual 18. These ones are tummy control, and these ones definitely feel a bit more tummy control, if that makes sense. Like they're not restrictive by any means, but there's a little bit, there's still stretch, but there's a little bit less of the stretch. Like they feel a bit more compressive, less just kind of like the smooth pressing out of the Declans. I think they were the ones that I had on earlier, but still really nice. These are also, it might just be because these are definitely a thicker, stiffer, very structured denim. These are like a really nice classic fit kind of denim, and they are this dark wash. These are like even more so than the Declans from before. These are like the quintessential, like perfect, like blank canvas, very professional, staple kind of jeans. They are a dark wash. There is not even any whiskering or fading on them. They are just a flat, classic, nice, straight cut that you can do honestly anything with. Will Ferrell, yes, thank you, Linda. That was gonna bother me because like I've watched pretty much everything that he's been in and I know him, but I could not think of the name. Thank you. Yeah, so these do have, they have little tiny, the toonie pocket here, good front pockets on the front here, and then literally the only like detail that isn't like the very like standard clean cut is that we have this cute little V-notch embroidered on the back pocket here, which is really good. And because everything else is so like clean cut on the jeans, I feel like this stands out even more and just makes it a really fun detail. And honestly, it kind of makes the booty pop. I am a fan of the pocket shape because it is definitely helping out in that regard. We can see there's no fading or anything even on the back as well. So just like that really nice, flat, deep, dark wash on these jeans for this one. Such an ode to the original. That's what I've heard. I've heard that if you were a big fan of the original Happy Gilmore, that they did a really good way of calling back to it without just trying to be the same movie over again, which I mean, they couldn't. I mean, especially because like Bob Barker's dead and everything like that. Like they couldn't like make it the same, and also oh god, now I'm blanking on his name, but Adam Sandler, there we go. I am having a hard time with name recall apparently today, but because Adam Sandler is not 20 something anymore, like you can't make it the same movie. But I have heard that it's like an incredible callback and it pays really good like homage to the original, so I'm probably gonna watch it this weekend because it's hilarious. Sorry, I need to take a sip of coffee. I've been yapping too much. Oh, there we go. Thank you. So again, this very like classic clean cut jean. These are the Baxters from Judy Blue, aka the high rise temp control classic straight jeans. And classic they are like the most quintessential wardrobe staple kind of base like capsule wardrobe jean that I think I've ever seen. Like you could literally do anything with these jeans. $93 for this one, sizes 1 through 15 and then 14W through 24W. And again, we are all wearing our typical Judy Blue sizes for this one, which includes myself in my usual 18. Okay, I'm just gonna double check Friday, but I don't see anything on my rack, which makes me think that there was not anything that works for me. Yes, so that is correct. There is another Calista striped oversized sweater in dark green. Like I mentioned earlier, I tried them on in my live last week. I can wear the Calista in the large, extra large. It is a little bit of a cropped kind of vibe of the sweater on me, but it does work, it does fit. So that is something that I can do from the Friday drop. But other than that, that is everything. So thank you everyone for hanging out with me. Thanks for giving me the first little chunk of my live to kind of go through some of my favorite pieces from the inventory that are part of the sale. I know a lot of them are limited stock left. I wouldn't be surprised if some of them have even sold out just since I started talking. But just a reminder again that we do still have the sale going on in store, 25% off everything, just everything, including books, which is incredible. And then online, we have a 25% blanket discount on most things with some exclusions, mostly things that are labeled new or restock. Those will still be 10% off, and no code is needed. Those discounts will automatically apply in the cart at checkout. So thank you everyone for hanging out with me. It has been a blast. Again, my name is Michelle. I am the size 3X model here at Lavender and Lace Boutique. I go live every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Mountain Daylight Time, and I try on all the plus size pieces for the week, or even if they're not like explicitly labeled as plus size, anything that works for a plus sized body like mine. So if that is something that interests you, you can find me here, wherever you found me, which is, you know, Facebook or Instagram, same time next week, and I will be back. So take care everyone, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. Bye.